Hey everyone, so today we're going to talk about how to not get sued when starting a print-on-demand business. Because you see, I sometimes get these comments, Sarah, such and such print-on-demand website like RedBubble or Teespring or Etsy, they're shutting down stores. And they're doing it without any warning. How dare they? Sarah, what's going on? How can they do this? And well, frankly, the most common reason that someone's store gets shut down is because they are breaking the law. So today I'm going to take this mystery viewer who gave me the RedBubble store to review and show you some of the products in it. And show you why all of these products are risking getting their RedBubble account shut down for being, well, illegal.
And actually guys, I'm editing this video right now, so I decided to check out the RedBubble store, and yeah, it's already been shut down. Probably for the things that I'm going to talk about in this video. And so if you're an older subscriber and you're thinking, but Sarah, I know all this stuff already, as you can see, a lot of my newer subscribers don't because they haven't taken the time to watch those videos. So I need to make this one so that they understand why places like RedBubble are shutting them down so that they can start again, but not make these same mistakes twice.
And also because we are veering into legal issues, you know I have to give the cliched YouTube disclaimer. I am not a lawyer, this video is not official legal advice, this is for entertainment purposes only. You should not use some random YouTuber on the internet for your official legal advice unless they are legal eagle. But yes, to me this is actually a pretty big deal because I have a friend that was slapped with a $10,000 lawsuit for using images illegally that they shouldn't have. Ouch. But you know what? Lawsuits, getting sued, none of that's fun. And here at Wholesale Ted, my goal isn't just to make educational videos, it's to make fun videos too. So, I decided to go ahead and make this video a little more interesting. Yes, due to super popular demand, dancing videos are back, yay! I kind of stopped making these videos because while some of you guys like them, clearly many of you don't as well. So if you do like my dancing quiz videos, I'd really appreciate it if you go ahead and give this video a like to offset the incredibly high dislike ratio my dancing videos tend to get. So if you haven't seen one of my dancing quiz videos before, here is what's going to happen. I'm going to show you a mystery product that one of my subscribers is indeed selling on RedBubble, and you have 5 seconds to try to guess why that product is illegal to sell. And if you successfully guess why that product was indeed illegal to sell, you win points. Yay! Play along and see how many you can guess right and let me know how many you won in the comment section below. So to start this off, we are playing for 10 points. Okay, so here's product number 1. Why do you think that this product and design is not okay to sell? You have 5 seconds to guess. Go. Alright, time's up. Drum roll please. The answer is, this image is protected by copyright. Okay, so here's the deal guys. I've noticed that so many of you selling on places like RedBubble and Teespring are just coming to Google Images and looking for pictures and photos and slapping them onto products. And that is not okay. Copyright is a type of intellectual property law, and it means that if somebody makes a piece of creative work, that they have the exclusive rights to recreate that creative work. And just to clarify, you don't need to register copyright. The moment you make any type of creative work, it is protected by default. Most countries around the world, including China, have this law. You only need to register your copyright officially if you choose to sue someone for using your creative work, and you can do this retroactively. And creative work refers to things that people create, usually artistic expressions. And of course, that includes things such as drawings, music, paintings, sculptures, and, you guessed it, photography. Yes, photos are protected under copyright law too. So if you wanted to use a photo that you did not take on top of a product, you'd either have to get permission from the person who did take the photo or purchase a license to resell it. And I am 99% certain that my viewer did not get permission or purchase the legal rights to use this photo before they slapped it onto this product. And as I said earlier at the start of this video, I have a friend. Now, he has a blog, not a print-on-demand store, but it's a pretty popular blog, and he was using images that he just found on Google Images on it, and he got slapped for a lawsuit that was over $10,000. Why? Well, because he was just coming to Google and doing searches for popular celebrities and using their images throughout his blog posts that discussed them. And funnily enough, these images here, they were taken by photographers who sell licenses to big companies that want to use them exclusively. And so one of the most notorious companies for slapping lawsuits onto normal everyday people, Getty Images, hit him with a lawsuit. And he came to me and he's like, "Sarah, what should I do?" And I was like, "Dude, I am not a lawyer. This is not official legal advice. This does not replace the advice from a lawyer. You need to go seek a lawyer ASAP." And so luckily he did, and as we discovered, in New Zealand, Getty Images can't just sue you a random number for damages. They have to sue you for actual damages, and in this case here, the actual damages were that he hadn't paid the licensing fees. So his lawyer sent back a letter saying that he'd pay the licensing fees, and he did. But in the USA, it's a whole other kettle of fish. In America, lawsuits are crazy. It's almost like they can just make up a random number for damages that they want. And so honestly, I just don't think it's worth it to come to Google Images and just rip photos from here hoping that no one will catch you. I mean, you might get away with it. Or you might be like the content factory that took a random photo someone took of Omaha, Nebraska, and ended up getting sued for $8,000. Which they managed to negotiate down to $3,000. Yikes. But that doesn't mean that you can't use free images on the internet. There is a way to do it. Be sure to come and search for pictures where the creator has explicitly in writing deemed their creation to have this, a Creative Commons license. On Google Images, you can filter the results to show photos that they believe have a Creative Commons license, and I'd still recommend that you do a reverse image search just to make sure they aren't also up on a paid image site like Shutterstock. But this can be a great way to search for photos and pictures that are free to use, even on commercial products that you were selling, such as t-shirts, phone cases, and things like that on RedBubble. Of course, I do understand that a lot of people get confused. After all, people often infringe on copyrights a lot online. So why is it then that some people get slapped with a lawsuit and taken down, while some people don't get taken down? Well, honestly, it's just kind of luck. Big brands like Disney that have extremely popular IPs don't have enough time in the day to send down takedown notices to literally everyone infringing on it. I remember earlier this year, there was a ton of Baby Yoda merch uploaded to Etsy, and it was selling like crazy since Baby Yoda was ridiculously popular. Well, what ended up happening was that some Etsy stores got slapped by Disney, but not all of them, just some of them. And while it didn't seem fair as to why some got slapped and some didn't, the answer is just simply that Disney doesn't have enough time to slap them all. Which means I know that some of my more younger viewers who are more interested in making a quick buck will try their luck anyway. Well, consider yourself warned, my friend. Creating unique products is just 1 out of 3 things that you need to consider when making great products to sell with Print On Demand, and I reveal the other 2 things inside my free ebook, The 6 Steps that 6-figure online stores follow to make over $10,000 a month, and you'll find a link to download that ebook in the video description below. But anyway, back to the video. Now see, there is another question that I'm also often asked, and it's kind of the opposite to this dude. "Sarah, I'm afraid of infringing on copyrights. How do I search to see if my design is infringing on them?" And while there is no way to actually do this, because of the fact that copyright is issued by default legally, no one needs to register for them. By registering copyrights, it makes the process of suing people faster. But that's it. Because of that, there is no way to search for copyrights, so you can't check. But luckily, you can do something else. And that is use common sense. In my opinion, if you draw a picture from your own inspiration or idea, or you type out a slogan yourself from your own creative idea, the chances of someone somewhere coming up with the exact same design or exact same picture or exact same word art are so teensy tiny if it was actually your own inspiration that made it. So you probably don't need to overthink it. It's when you start using characters from movies and games and try to take advantage of popular recognizable brands and characters and look for loopholes to do this that you are truly risking breaking the law. And let's be honest, we know when we're trying to take advantage of a popular brand. Use common sense, team. So, did you guess right? If so, congratulations, you won 10 points. But if you didn't, that's okay, because we are going to play again, this time for 10 points. Now, this product here was created by a RedBubble seller, and it is piggybacking off of a popular recognizable picture, and this seller is making passive income and money, but they're doing it legally. And it is this here. Why is it legal to print this famous painting onto products and sell them yourself? You have 5 seconds to guess. Go. Alright, time's up. Drum roll please. The answer is, this popular picture has now entered the public domain. See, here's the thing, if creative works like a painting has entered the public domain, it means that anyone can use it for both personal and commercial purposes. So, the thing about copyrights is if, like Shakespeare, you created your creative work such as a play before copyrights existed, then no copyright protections for your work exist. Instead, it is already part of the public domain by default. In addition, even if your creative work was created when copyrights existed, like this painting, The Garden of Death, then the copyright protections don't last forever. In most countries, copyright protections only last between 50 to 70 years after the original creator has died. And while the USA does have some extra laws, courtesy of Disney trying to protect Mickey Mouse, Hugh Simberg, who painted The Garden of Death, died in 1917. That was over 100 years ago. That means that the copyright protections on this painting have well expired and it's now part of the public domain. So did you guess right? If so, congratulations, you won 10 points. But if you didn't, that's okay, because we are playing a game for 15 points. And this time we're going to be going back to my viewer's RedBubble store and looking at another product that is illegal. Alright, here is the product now. Yes, this product definitely has copyright infringement, but that's not the only reason why this product may be illegal to sell. There is another reason. Can you figure out what the second reason is? You have 5 seconds to guess. Go. Alright, time's up. Drum roll please. The answer is, this infringes on Robert Lewandowski's personality rights. And I'm also really sorry for you soccer, or as you say in Europe, football fans out there, because I am 99% certain that I just butchered Robert's name. Personality rights are a little known law that, while my long-time subscribers will know about, most people have never heard about before. What the law says is that you are not allowed to put someone's picture or name on a product and sell it without their permission. And of course this makes sense because there is a huge amount of goodwill that is associated with individual people. And piggybacking off of it can be extremely lucrative. Now, I know this because people are regularly using my image like this to sell their products. I've had people download my videos illegally and use them to advertise scammy products on TikTok. Well, I'll tell you now, I have no ads on TikTok at all. They download my videos and edit it to make it look like I am endorsing their products. And I have AliExpress suppliers who rip my thumbnails and add text to them to make it look like I'm recommending their products. Well, I'll tell you now, I endorse no products on AliExpress at all. But you know what? It works. People genuinely get confused and actually think I'm endorsing it. And this is just one of the reasons that personality rights laws exist. But there is a limitation to this law though, because you see, unlike copyright law, which is universally accepted in most countries around the world, personality rights is not. Each country has to make its own laws about this. Although for most of my viewers, my bet is that your country will have a law in place to protect celebrities' personality rights if you just do a quick Google search. The real interesting one though is the USA, because in the USA, unlike copyright law, which is a federal law, in the USA it's a state law and some states don't actually have it. Although frankly, I'm willing to bet that if Robert or his managers were to ask RedBubble to take down these products due to his personality rights being infringed on, they'd probably do it in a heartbeat regardless of asking whether due to individual state laws selling this might be okay. Just like with copyrights, this can be kind of confusing because so many people seem to be breaking this law and getting away with it. So what's up? Well, honestly, it's pretty simple. They just haven't been caught yet. But there is one type of celebrity that is way less likely to get upset. And that is politicians, especially presidents. It's generally considered to be beneath politicians or anyone in a political position to get mad about their image being used on products, even negative ones, so it's colloquially accepted. Coming up with unique designs can be a challenge, but using websites for research and inspiration can be a big help. It's something I discussed in my Print On Demand course, the Ecom Clubhouse. If you're interested in seeing if that course is right for you, I'll have a link to it in the video description below. So, did you guess it right? If you did, congratulations, you won 15 points. But if you didn't, that's okay, because there's another chance to win, and this time we are playing for 5 points. Can you guess why this is absolutely 100% illegal to sell? You have 5 seconds to guess. Go. Alright, time's up. Drum roll please. The answer is, this product infringes on Gucci's trademark. I mean, think about it. Gucci literally sells their logo on products for clothing for hundreds to thousands of dollars each. This is an extremely valuable brand, so yeah, they ain't gonna be happy if you steal their valuable logo and sell it on a t-shirt on RedBubble. So company logos, such as Gucci's logo, are a little bit different. Usually they aren't protected under copyright law per se. Instead, what they're protected under is trademark law. This is a law that specifically protects recognizable icons, designs, and text that you would normally associate with a company or products and services. Trademarks must be registered, so if you wanted to sell the Gucci logo but you somehow didn't know that it was protected by trademarks, you could have come to the USA trademark search and found out if one had been registered. Of course, the reality is that almost all company logos have been registered, so if you apply common sense to this, there is no need to bother doing a search. Something else that's important to keep in mind is that, as we've established, if you draw a picture, in most countries it is immediately protected by copyright, but trademarks aren't the same. You have to register them in every single country that you want to protect them in. And that's actually what led to a really interesting court case with Burger King in Australia. Burger King decided in the 1970s that they wanted to open up shop in Australia. There was just one problem. The trademark for the name Burger King had already been taken by a takeaway shop in Adelaide. Because of this, Burger King ended up acquiring a different local fast food chain, Hungry Jack's. If you go inside these, they look identical to Burger King, and they have the exact same menu as Burger King. Why? Well, because they are Burger King, and because the Burger King Corporation couldn't acquire the trademark, they had to call themselves something else in Australia. However, if you are selling on RedBubble, since they make and ship all of their products out of the USA, if whatever you are trying to knock off has a trademark in the USA, then my guess is that if they are alerted to it, they will kick you off their website ASAP. So, did you guess it right? If so, congratulations, you won 5 points. But if you didn't, that's okay, because there is another chance to win, and we are now playing for 10 points. Alright, this time around your mission is to figure out what are all of the things wrong with this picture. What are all of the reasons that this picture is illegal? You have 5 seconds to guess. Go! Alright, time's up, drum roll please. The answer is because it's breaking all of the 3 laws that we have discussed in this video. Yep, I did a reverse image search and I can see that this viewer did not draw this picture themselves, but they took it off the internet and I couldn't find any evidence that this picture has a Creative Commons license on it at all. And of course, given how famous Neymar Jr. is, I'm sure him and his management team and the owners of the club very much intend to protect his personality rights and profit exclusively off of him and his goodwill as much as possible. And this picture also features this, the logo of the club that he's a part of, Paris Saint-Germain, which is indeed trademarked because, surprise, surprise, the club enjoys making money by selling its logo on t-shirts itself. So, how many points did you win? Let me know in the comments section below. And if this video helped you, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. And if you'd like some inspiration on how you can create your own unique designs, I have a great video that you should watch. 10 tips to create t-shirts that sell. So go ahead, watch my next video, and I'll see you over there.